This is the JACKRABBIT XG, a micro electric BMX bike. 20 miles per hour, 20 miles of range. It should be against the law to pack this much fun into a single product. I've had this bike for over 4 months. I've put over 300 miles on it. So I think it's high time that we do a full in-depth review sharing my thoughts and opinions on the JACKRABBIT XG. How you doing, man? So right up front, I want to be perfectly clear. This video is in no way sponsored by JACKRABBIT. I do have a slight affiliation with them in that they are helping me with another project that I'm working on that's going to come out at a later date. But this video in particular, this is all me. I purchased the bike with my own money. No funds have exchanged hands. There's nothing shady like that. These are all my unbiased, completely truthful observations, thoughts, and opinions about the JACKRABBIT XG. First up, the facts. Out of the box, the bike is 53 inches long by 38 inches tall. And this was extremely important to me when I was deciding whether or not to purchase the bike because I needed something that would travel well, something that would fit comfortably into the trunk or the back seat of my Toyota 4Runner. Which it does. I still have to fold the handlebars sideways and flip the foot pegs up, but it's a super easy process. It takes maybe 20 seconds. Out of the box, it weighs 32 pounds. 32 pounds is extremely manageable for what you're getting. And again, that's without any accessories or add-ons. I have a couple of aftermarket accessories added to mine, so mine's a little heavier, but it's nothing unmanageable. You've got a 500 watt brushless motor powering the bike. We'll talk more about speed in just a minute, but spoiler alert, it's plenty. JACKRABBIT uses their proprietary 36 volt lithium ion battery. It looks like this. The OG model comes with 1 battery. The XG model comes with 2 batteries. 2 times 10 is 20. You get it. So to charge both batteries from empty to full takes about 3 hours, unless you pick up their fast charger, which I think cuts that time in half. I'm just gonna rapid fire some facts I wrote down. Disc brakes on the front and on the back, 20-inch off-road tires. The bike is IPX4 water resistant to rain and splashes. Also, their website mentions that the bike can withstand up to 275 pounds, although I have it on pretty good authority that it can withstand much more than that. You might not get the same mileage and torque out of the bike if you exceed that weight, but yeah, you should be able to hold, I would say, comfortably 300 pounds on the bike. Don't quote me on that, but more than likely. The XG has 3 separate riding modes. You have eco, mid, and high. To the best of my understanding, you can get the full 20 miles per hour out of each of those riding modes. All they do is determine how much torque you have, how much effort you actually have to give to start rolling first before they take off. The eco mode, you've really got to get yourself rolling before the throttle actually engages. The mid, slightly less, just give yourself a little push and then it kicks in. And then high, you don't have to give yourself any push at all. You just push the throttle and you go. The ride mode is displayed on the controller, on the handlebars, as well as the battery and the light status. Next up is assembly, and to be honest, there's not much to say. It's ridiculously easy. The bike comes essentially fully assembled right out of the box. I actually made a full video unboxing and assembling the bike. I'll put a link to it up here, but in short, take the bike out of the box, cut the foam off of it, attach the handlebars, adjust the seat, and you're off to the races. I mean, it genuinely is that simple. However, something I didn't mention in that video is it actually comes with lights. I didn't realize that when I was researching the bike, but it does. It comes with a headlight and a tail light. They plug directly into the sides of the bike, and then you use the little control situation up here on the handlebar to turn them on and off. The headlight is fantastic. It's really bright. It's actually really good quality, and the tail light works not too dissimilar from a motorcycle tail light in that when you squeeze the brakes, it flashes to indicate that you're stopping. I was fully prepared to purchase aftermarket lights, but this is best case scenario. They are great lights that work intuitively with the bike. Great job, JACKRABBIT. Next up, ease of use. Emphasis on the word ease. It does not get any simpler than this. On your handlebars, you have a small controller. There are 3 buttons on the controller. There's a power button, a light button, and a mode selector. All 3 of those buttons do exactly what it sounds like they do. You have 2 brakes right here. You have a back brake and a front brake. Your throttle's right here. Give it a little throttle, push off, ride it like any other bike you've ever rode, probably since you were a toddler. Also, if you short press the power button, you can toggle between the trip mileage, like how far you've rode on this trip, or the life mileage of the bike. So far, I have rode 317.8 miles. That's a pretty long ways. I know I've already talked a little bit about how easily the bike travels, but I feel like a visual demonstration is in order. I'm also going to take this opportunity to talk to you about the sponsor of today's video, ARTLIST. If you are a content creator of any kind, you need ARTLIST. Whether you make videos for Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or X, or maybe you just make home videos with your family, you need ARTLIST. ARTLIST is a subscription-based service that provides music and sound effects to creators like you and like me. There's over 35,000 songs in ARTLIST, as well as 60,000 sound effects. That's a lot. As a matter of fact, all of the sound effects and the music that I've used in this video has come from ARTLIST. Okay, now what? I said I was gonna talk about ARTLIST while I did that, but I still got some stuff to say and the bike's packed up. That just goes to show how quickly you can pack the bike up. One use case that I don't think enough people talk about is, let's say you own a digital marketing agency like I do. You do social media work and marketing work for various companies and brands. Oftentimes you have to make videos like Reels and TikToks for those people, and you need music for those videos. ARTLIST is a great option. But let's say that's not the case. Let's say you just need music for Instagram and YouTube. ARTLIST has a package for you and for everybody else. They have multiple packages catered to different people with different needs. So let's say you just need music but you don't need stock footage. They've got a package for you. Let's say you need stock footage and you need royalty-free music to be used across multiple platforms, multiple services. Again, they've got a package for you. So if you use the link down in the description of this video and you sign up for any annual plan of ARTLIST, you immediately get 2 months completely free. 2 months of unlimited downloads on a nearly infinite amount of assets for your videos, completely for free on ARTLIST when you use the link in the description. Thank you so much to ARTLIST for sponsoring this video. You guys already know what I think of you. I think you are the bee's knees. Okay, with that out of the way, let's see here, get all that folded out, get you turned on. All right, ready to rock and roll. Fun factor is a given. I mean, anybody who looks at it knows that this is a fun product. It's a BMX bike with all-terrain tires that you don't have to pedal, you can do tricks on, and it goes 20 miles an hour for 20 miles. What part of that is not fun? Side note, I've had a couple bunny hop competitions with some of my friends. Dude, you don't know fun until you try to do a bunny hop on a BMX bike going 20 miles an hour down a sidewalk. It's pretty fun. It's dangerous, don't get me wrong. I mean, that's extremely stupid, but it's fun. And like I said, 20-inch all-terrain tires. You can basically go anywhere. You don't have to just stay on the street. You can ride it off-road. You can pretty much go anywhere except sand. Don't go in sand. Just trust me. I learned the hard way. Don't go in sand. Really quick, just to talk about speed for a second, because if you're anything like me, you're probably already asking yourself, cool, but does it actually do the 20 miles an hour that they promote on their website? And I'm happy to report, yeah, 20.5, 20.6, that's usually where the bike cruises. You can tell that there's a speed governor on it, so it keeps the bike from accelerating past that, but I just recently discovered something. I'm not sure if this is like a glitch with my bike, but if I let off the throttle and then I push it back down about a quarter of the way, it overrides the speed governor, and I can get it up to right now. Oh, right now I'm at 22.2. Usually that's about where it tops out. If I'm riding with the Range Buster batteries, I can actually get even a little more. It's a little closer to like 25 miles per hour. Maybe don't do the speed governor override thingy that I just taught you, because I don't want to be responsible for you messing your bike up. They are kind of expensive, but if you ever want to try it, there you go. It's a fun little trick for you. Now, let's talk about build quality. And I'll be honest, at first, I was very thrown off. When I first pulled the bike out of the box, it seemed as though the frame was made out of like plastic, like hardened plastic. That was sort of the first impression that I got. Now I did some research, come to find out it's made out of an aluminum alloy, so that's good, crisis averted. But at first glance, I didn't get that impression from it at all. Now the rest of the bike is clearly constructed from very high-end parts. You could definitely tell that there was a lot of intentionality when they were building this bike, with safety, with durability, with functionality, just all around. It was a very well thought out product. Speaking of durability, I haven't really done any tests to see just how durable the bike is, but there was this one instance. Maybe now's a good time to discuss the importance of wearing a helmet. Yeah, not even gonna lie, that hurt a lot, as a matter of fact. But, I mean, I'm happy to report the bike handled it surprisingly well. It scratched up the brakes and the handlebars were slightly misaligned, but I mean, I was able to fix everything that was wrong with it with an Allen wrench in under 5 minutes. I rode it home the same day. So, yeah. Again, good job, Jackrabbit. Moving on to range, I wanted to find out if the bike could actually get the full 20 miles. So I picked a relatively smooth, flat, even path, got out on the bike one day and just rode. And I rode the bike until it was no longer comfortable to ride. You would be better off to walk. So the batteries don't just go completely dead. They just sort of drain and drain and drain, and then eventually the bike has no more torque. It can't pull you anymore. The first ride, 13.2 miles. That was where the bike landed, and that's a far cry from 20 miles. So I took this information, I reached out to my friends at Jackrabbit and said, what's the deal? And their response, though comical, made perfect sense. They said, you can't just take the bike, put it in the high riding mode, put the hammer down, and ride at full speed and expect to get the full mileage out of the batteries any more than you would take your car, put it in drive, get on the interstate and drive at 150 miles per hour and expect to get good gas mileage out of it. And well, that makes good sense. Their recommendation was to put the bike in the mid riding mode, go out, take the exact same path and try the test again. Kickstand is up, lights are off, tire pressure is good, ride mode is set to mid. Let's see if we can get the full 20 miles. Okay, we're gonna call the test there. Let's see. The bike says 15.8, Strava says 15.2. So my conclusion is this. No, you cannot get the full 20 miles out of the bike unless, of course, you ride in absolutely perfect conditions. And that means you are the perfect weight, the perfect height. You ride on the perfect road, extremely smooth, no bumps, no hills. You have to get extremely perfect conditions to maybe get the 20 miles out of the bike, and you'll probably never achieve that. But at the same time, I don't know many people who are commuting 20 miles a day on an electric bike. So if you are planning to ride that far, I would definitely say either take the charger with you, carry an extra battery, or invest in Jackrabbit's Range Buster batteries, which give you 24 miles per battery. I don't really have many complaints about the bike, but this is definitely one of them. The seat that it comes with is not comfortable at all. They have the kinetic spring attachment thing on their website that you can purchase with this to make it a little more, but I mean, even then still, it's not good. I actually purchased this. This is a faux leather cruiser seat by Schwinn. It's got these springs on the underside of it, so you have that little bit of kind of kinetic give. Much more comfortable, and honestly, in my personal opinion, it looks awesome. It spices it up a little, adds a little personality to it. Also, I haven't mentioned this yet, the bike actually comes with a bell. That's pretty fun. So now comes the $1 million question. who's the Jackrabbit for? And to be honest, I genuinely believe it is for everybody. Everybody can find a reason to enjoy something like this. What is not to enjoy about it? It's an electric BMX bike. But for instance, let's say you lived on a college campus. Obviously, it's great for that. It's gonna be the perfect means of transportation as you're going to and from class. Or maybe you like camping. Again, oftentimes campsites are a little ways away from like the restrooms or gas stations or things that you might need to go to. Something like this, it's such a weird level of convenience, and it's also like a tremendous amount of fun. It's so much, I feel like I'm overusing that word, fun, but it's what it comes down to. It's the whole reason I bought it. Because it's fun. So that pretty much wraps up my thoughts and opinions with the JACKRABBIT XG. Simply put, it's a fantastic product, and I recommend it to literally anybody who asks me about it because it genuinely is a lot of fun, and it's really useful for somebody like me who does a lot of short commutes to and from home, to my studio, to maybe to the grocery store. It's fantastic, and it's more fun, and it's better for the environment than riding in a car. So yeah, I mean, you're just like win on a win on a win on a win. If you'd like to pick up a JACKRABBIT for yourself, there's a link down in the description. I would love if you use that link because it is an affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it gives me a little bit of kickback, and that's always really nice of you. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to see you in the next one, whenever that one is. It's probably gonna be a hoot and a holler though, so stick around. All right, I never know how to end these. That felt weird as all get out. That was also stupid. Okay, bye now.